The Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters in human history. What was the Holocaust? How did it happen? And why is it so important to remember it? The Holocaust describes the organized and systematic genocide carried out by the Nazi regime against the Jewish people, making it the largest genocide in history. These crimes began with the Nazis' rise to power in Germany in 1933 and reached their peak during World War II, culminating in Germany's surrender in 1945. The uniqueness of the Holocaust lies not only in the immense number of victims but also in the systematic manner in which it was carried out. The persecution and extermination were meticulously planned based on a racist ideology, aimed at annihilating all Jews wherever the Nazis reached, including North Africa. To understand how the Holocaust occurred, it is essential to recognize its ideological and historical background. Hatred of Jews had existed in Europe for centuries, but in the 19th century, it intensified with the rise of modern anti-Semitism, which was based on blatant racism. The Folkish movement, which believed in the superiority of the Aryan race, viewed Jews as a threat. These ideas were adopted by the Nazi Party, which made hatred of Jews a central principle of its ideology. Nazi ideology was based on the so-called race theory, which claimed that some races were superior while others were inferior, with Jews considered the lowest race. Influenced by social Darwinism, the Nazis saw the world as a struggle between races and believed that the Aryan race must dominate. Another key concept was Lebensraum, living space, which argued that the Aryan race must expand into Eastern Europe, justifying conquest and extermination. The Holocaust unfolded in stages. Initially, Nazi policy focused on legal discrimination and encouraging Jewish emigration from Germany. Later, as territories in Europe were occupied, Jews were concentrated in ghettos and forced labor camps. The ghettos were enclosed areas where Jews lived in extreme hardship. With the invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941, the Nazis transitioned to mass murder, carried out either by shootings or with gas in extermination camps. The extermination camps were death factories, established specifically for the mass murder of Jews. The most infamous was Auschwitz-Birkenau, where over 1 million Jews were killed. Other extermination camps included Belzec, Treblinka, Sobibor, Chelmno, and Majdanek. The Holocaust was an industrialized system of death. Concentration camps were meant for imprisonment and forced labor under brutal conditions, whereas extermination camps were designed for systematic killing. In the camps, cruel medical experiments were even conducted. The number of Jews murdered in the Holocaust is estimated at around 6 million. In addition, Romani people, homosexuals, the mentally ill, and prisoners of war were also killed. It is difficult to determine the exact number, as not all victims were documented. After the war, the full scale of the atrocities was revealed. Remembering the Holocaust is a moral duty. Remembrance Days were established in honor of the victims, alongside museums and memorial sites. The Holocaust has raised profound questions about human nature and our responsibility toward others. Even today, many years after the war ended, the Holocaust remains a stark reminder of the destructive power of racism, hatred, and discrimination, reinforcing the obligation to fight against them to prevent future tragedies.